Hello! Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Labyrinth. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this is a actual play stream of the Jim Henson's Labyrinth tabletop RPG game created by Riverhorse Games. And today, and all through this, we are raising money for the Trevor Project, which is a absolutely incredible organization that provides that provides mental health resources, crisis intervention, and suicide prevention services to LGBTQIA plus youth. We are going to be raising funds throughout the stream. We originally had a goal for the whole series of streams to raise $200. We blew through that last week. And then we set the goal at $300, and then we blew through that. So now we're trying to get to $500 today, which we hopefully can do. We do have some incentives available. I'm going to put those in chat as well. So you can donate to make various things happen. You can help players. You can hinder players. You can have a wandering labyrinth denizen walk through a scene, or you can have the Goblin King herself appear. So all of those are available to you, and you're supporting a really great cause. Before we jump into the game, we are going to go through and just say who we are. How much? Make me an offer, Penny. We are going to go ahead and just say who we are and who we're playing. I will go first. My name is Caitlin, aka a theater file. This is my channel, and I will be your Goblin King for the day. Someone go next. I have to fix something real quick.
Hi, I'm Mitchell, also known as Penny Prince on all the social medias. Today I'm playing Blackstar, your amazing little squishy little wine. And yeah, we're super excited to be here.
I'm Lady Dame. I'm the Lady Dame pretty much everywhere that's important on the internet. And today I'm playing Scorch the Fiery. I have one job. Set things on fire. That's it. That's all I got. Also, I have a new rake, and I'm really excited about it.
Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm playing Clove. I'm a dwarf gardener with a big pair of shears.
I'm Anna, sometimes Archivald Dust Money online. I am playing Lady Linelia today, a knight of yore. She's very fox-like, and her noble steed, the badger, Mr. Scrabbles.
And hi, I'm Ed. I'm going to be playing Zubu today. I go by he, him. Zubu also goes by he, him. He's a very big horned beast, and he's just out there to have fun with his friends.
And our intrepid Lady Bun, Julian, is unfortunately not able to join us today. So we will miss him, but we carry on through the labyrinth. So, yeah, we are going to jump right in, unless I'm forgetting anything, which if I am, then it's going to stay forgotten. So, I am forgetting something, and it's that I didn't put my headphones in, so I'm currently captioning everyone. We are professional here at Theater File Gaming. Please hold.
Thank you, Hold.
I see what you did there.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. All still good? Can everyone still hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So we are going to jump right in. Where we last left off, you had been making your way through the hedge maze portion of the labyrinth. As I open the book. And you had just finished up a little bit of time at the sapling nursery, where you successfully helped a few saplings get to sleep for their daily nap. The caretaker of the nursery, Madame Aloe Vera, was very pleased with you and gifted you a rake, which may or may not be sentient, because I have not learned my lesson about rolling on random tables.
It's my rake. I mean, Lady Bun gifted it to me.
Yes.
She said I should have it.
Mm-hmm.
She knew I would take care of it.
Checks out. All right, so we're going to start off by seeing where you all head next. I need someone. We'll go in reverse order this time. So we'll start with Ed. Zubu, could you roll me a d6, please?
A 2.
A 2. Okay.
And I think we might have ended with like an unredeemed Goblin King appearance.
Yes, that's going to
So-
come up
Oh,
in just a
that's right,
second.
we did.
Mhm. Okay. So, as you continue through the nursery into your forward path, you notice that the hedge mazes seem to kind of slow, and then they kind of decrease in size until eventually you find yourself on the far side of the hedge maze. And what you see before you, there aren't walls per se. There are still pathways. Your path is still, there are still certain ways that you can go, but it's less claustrophobic. There is an overwhelming stench in this area, but somewhere through this kind of open sprawl of areas, the Goblin City awaits you, and you have now entered the Land of Yore. As you make your way in, you are kind of trying to figure out where you're at. The area is a little marshy in general, so you're making sure to watch your step. And suddenly you hear a chuckle from above. And you look up in a tree, and you see standing on a branch, just kind of holding onto the trunk of the tree, looking very cool, is the Goblin King. And she kind of looks at you all and she says, "Well, you're making pretty good progress, aren't you? Are
We
you
have
still
a potion for you to drink.
I'm sorry?
We have a potion
It's a
that-
present for
that will
you.
make you my size that we would like you to drink now, please."
I see. And why would I drink this potion?
I don't know. I thought maybe afterwards. I know a good apple that was left and discarded kind of a mile or two back, and I thought we could eat it together or maybe chat, talk and stuff.
I see. Well, why don't I make you a deal? If you make it through the rest of my labyrinth to my castle, we'll talk.
Guys, he said we'll talk.
That's
Not a
not a
no.
no.
It's good. Talking is the best. It's the basis of any relationship. High five, everyone.
Unfortunately, the chances of you surviving the rest of my labyrinth are abysmal. I mean, first you have to make it through the Land of Yore, and, well, we all know what lies in the Land of Yore. A certain bog with a certain stench.
Is it your land or our land?
Yore. As in...
So ours.
Yore with...
This land is your land.
It's
This,
your...
This land is my land.
Yeah, and she starts to look at a bunch of... Y-O-R-E. I guess I should be more specific.
No, that's how you spell your. Yeah, Y-O-R-E.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, the
So
So
land
is
of...
it our land?
The land of... No, it's mine, but you're traversing... Anyway, I
Go ahead.
wish you the best of luck as you attempt to make it through this land.
We shall call it this land.
Yes, excellent. You should do that. But it doesn't matter because you will not make it through this treacherous area. For you are inexperienced and
Black Star, I think you flustered her. Good job. I think she might like you.
I think she's
Look.
starting to like all of us. She keeps showing up.
Yeah.
No!
It's true. It's
I
true.
mean, how can she not love this? And I sort of pop my head off a little bit and sort of wave it around.
I'm gonna try it.
it's funny actually.
You
And
just gotta go, and that's it. That's it. Boop, ta-da, and then put it back on.
I just get squishy.
You see the Goblin King kind of collect herself, and she says, "Well, after all, it's funny because you remind me. There's someone else who made it through this labyrinth one time that was young and inexperienced, almost a babe, really. And you know, you remind me of the babe. And then she disappears.
Does this babe have power?
I'm running out of puns, okay? And then the Goblin King disappears. But you notice as she disappears, she snaps her fingers. And when she disappears, you look around and you notice that Lady Bun is gone.
Lady Bun!
And then you hear just the disembodied voice of the Goblin King saying, remember, you only have 10 hours to make it to the castle.
We've only spent 3 hours. We'll be fine.
But one of us already got decorporated, turned into dust, dead.
Or Ladybug just went home. I mean,
Well, that's not a thing.
Ladybug's
That's
like from around here, right? I think like maybe over there. I don't know.
Collect some rocks for a grave of some sort.
Okay.
I'll get the big rocks. You guys get the small ones.
I find like a little clod of dirt that is not actually a rock.
For you, Lady Bun, I promise to take care of your stuff.
Zubu, give the eulogy.
We didn't know you for very long, Lady Bun, but you helped us through this maze, and you were very brave, and you'll be forever missed. Thank you.
And we'll eat every canapé we can find in your honor.
Ooh, cannabis.
We'll eat everything.
The Goblin King, like, reappears on the tree and says, she's not dead. I mean, you could, this is a very nice...
We're in the middle of a eulogy. I'm sorry. Can you come back later?
Yes, she's with...
Unless you have something nice to say about Lady Bun. Lady Bun was very passionate about a buffet.
Oh, well, she's just at the castle with me for now. I don't murder people. Just wanted to make
my
that
parents said about the goldfish.
clear.
Wait,
All right, well...
She got all the way to the can you just bamf us over to the castle, though? Like, if Lady Bun can get bamfed over to the buffet?
I suppose I can't... Enjoy my labyrinth, and she disappears again.
We were so close that time.
This is awkward. Yeah, because I feel like we're like committed to Lady Bun being dead, so
I know.
let's just finish it. Like, okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So you make your way forward, and the path that you're on kind of stops at the base of this enormous tree. And it has these thick knotted branches that kind of twist up into the sky. And from among its massive gnarled roots, a voice pops up. Say there, little fledglings, how about a little competition? And you look down and you see this little man. He seems humanoid, but he's vaguely like cricket-like. And he says, "Hello, I am the Sparrow Prince. Is anyone interested in a little race up to the top of this tree? But beware. If you race me and you win, I will bestow the title of Sparrow Prince upon you. If you race me and you lose, you shall be cursed for all eternity."
Ooh.
I think, is Zubu our fastest?
Zubu can jump really high.
Oh!
Or
But also, Lady Linelia did so well at our last challenge. She was so good at that challenge. Maybe she'd be good at this challenge.
what if Zubu threw Lady Linelia?
That doesn't
could
sound like
work.
cheating at all, and that sounds like a great idea.
I'm more of
The
a
Sparrow
sprinter than a
Prince-
racer, but I could try.
The Sparrow Prince kind of pipes up, "There's no such thing as cheating in this competition. Whatever you need to do to get to the top, you do."
Oh, get them? If we get them now, right? tie them up, then we win?
Well, you have to make it to the top of the tree.
Well, we'll tie you up and then take our time getting up to the tree.
Well, I suppose once the race begins, you could attempt that. I have to start the race first.
Okay.
All right. Who
I
am
mean,
I?
that sounds-
Who am I racing?
Is it Zubu or Linelia? I'm sorry, Lady Linelia.
Both.
Both. Both is a good idea. Yes, both.
All right then. Take your places. And the Sparrow Prince kind of like just takes a place at the edge of the tree.
I'm gonna try to put out silkworm webbing from my butt to trip this person. I'm gonna try really hard. I'm gonna eat curry.
Is
quick.
silkworm webbing a thing that you do? Or are you
No.
attempting to do it anyway?
I'm gonna attempt to do it anyway. Hence
Okay,
the curry.
Go ahead and roll, I would say difficulty. You know what? I'm going to say difficulty 6 because this is not actually a thing that you do.
All right,
But
come on.
it's the labyrinth and things happen.
Just
I
gotta,
believe in you, Black
gotta
Star.
push.
I believe in you, Black Star.
I like this image of everyone in Black Star's just up on the road like, come on. Oh no, I just got a 3.
Okay, you push
Yeah.
real hard, and just nothing comes out. But so Zubu and Linelia, you kind of step up to the base of the tree, and the Sparrow Prince looks at you and goes, "All right, well, get ready, get set, go."
Aim true.
A what?
I was telling Zubu to aim true because
Okay.
Zubu's throwing me, right?
Yeah.
That's very.
Aim true, my friend.
Okay, so he yells, "Go!" We are going to resolve this as an action sequence. So, the first round, Zubo is throwing Lady Linelia.
Yep.
Okay.
With the power of Zubu.
Go
Go,
ahead
Zubu.
and roll for the power of Zubu. I'll say it's a difficulty.
Very small.
Yeah, it's a difficulty. We'll say 2 to actually throw her, but the number of however high you get above a 2 will determine how far you're able to throw her up the tree.
Let's go, Zubu. Let's go.
Ooh, that's a 5.
Ah!
Ooh.
Okay, great.
Just throw
So
Lady
you
Linelia at
managed
the
to pick up
castle.
Lady Linelia and just yeet her at the tree. And she goes up very high. She's probably, we'll say she makes it to the second portion of this tree. So she makes it past the root tangle. She makes it past the main trunk area up into the lower branches, which they're very dense. There's not a lot of visibility there, but you're up in that area. Lady Linelia, go ahead and make me a roll to see how well you kind of land in that area. We'll say
Okay.
difficulty is 3. Because
I'm
there's a
doing
lot
the
of
cat thing
branches
where
to
my-
catch your fall.
My feet are going before I even hit the surface.
Okay.
Aw.
That's a 3.
Excellent. So it's not the most graceful thing, but you managed to land on those branches pretty easily. There's a lot of them. It's very dense, so it's not hard to grab space. The Sparrow Prince rolled like poop. And he's taken aback by the image of Zubu just chucking you at the tree for a second, and then goes, "Oh," and realizes he's in the race, and so he starts to climb, but he is still on the main trunk kind of area. At one point, he's climbing up and he has to dodge an owl that's come out of a hole in the tree. So he is below you at the moment. So as you're kind of in this area now of the lower branches, you can't see super well, because there's just a lot of really dense branches, but above you a little bit, you can see the branches start to thin out, as you make it towards the middle of the tree. What would you like to do?
Just keep leaping branch to branch.
Okay.
And I'm good at spotting and listening, so if that helps at all, kind of picking my way through good branches.
Yeah, it does. And it will actually help as well, because as you get closer to that middle section of the tree, you'll notice a number of squirrel nests of squirrels that have made their home in the tree. And so with your skill in spotting and listening, you'll have a better time kind of avoiding the nest, making sure not to disturb anyone. So that's actually going to bring your difficulty down. So we'll say make another roll, difficulty 3 this time.
Okay. I'm hopping past him like, hi, how are you? Good morning. Sorry to intrude.
Excuse me, pardon me.
That's a 4.
Excellent. Okay, so you're able without too much trouble to kind of make your way past the various squirrel homes, through the branches, up towards the kind of tip top of the tree. And it looks, you feel like you probably have about one more round to go before you'll reach the top. The Sparrow Prince has a good round as well. He is nimbly kind of making his way up through the lower branches. He is still below you, but he does seem to be gaining on you a little bit. It's very clear that he has spent a lot of time climbing this tree. So, in his next round, so you can see kind of the top of the tree. The branches are very sparse. It's very flimsy. Things are kind of swaying in the wind quite a bit. And you're kind of reaching up towards the top of the tree. How would you like to finish your climb?
Again, using spotting and listening, I'm watching the branches sway. I'm listening for the wind to hear when it picks up. And I'm just going to keep trying to leap like a fox going up the tree.
Okay. We'll say the difficulty is still 4, but you have help because of your skill with spotting and listening. So roll twice.
6 and a 5.
Okay, yeah. So the Sparrow Prince, you can see him, he's kind of gaining on you even with your massive lead, thanks to Zubu. And you're kind of like very carefully moving through the top branches as they're swaying, making sure that they're sturdy, making sure that they're not going to, throw you off, anything like that. And you can see him behind you, as he's like trying to frantically get up the tree. And just as you feel like he's about to catch you, you reach up and you grab that kind of top twig of the tree. And
How's it going? We can't
It's going great.
Is it okay? That's good. Good job. Keep going.
I think I won.
And the Sparrow Prince kind of stops and nods to you and says, please, I don't remember what voice it is. Please meet me back on the ground.
Oh.
And then just kind of starts shimmying his way down the tree.
Okay.
And you it's not too hard because you're now very familiar with this tree. You are able to get down without too much difficulty. We're not going to do like a cat in the tree kind of situation. Yeah, if you want somebody to catch you, that's totally fine.
Black Star, catch me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Black Star, go ahead and give me a roll. I mean, how do you, do you want to just try to break her fall, or do you want to actually try to catch her?
Catch her.
Okay,
Superhero
difficulty
style.
5, please.
All right. I rolled a 1.
Well, you do break her fall a little bit with your face and the rest of you. Lady Linelia, you come down and you see Blackstar with his hands outstretched, ready to be there to catch you, and then you just kind of squish him. And Blackstar, you're not hurt. There's no injury. Just your pride. It's just a Looney Tunes moment.
My pride. It's all over the ground.
But as you stand up, Lady Linelia, the Sparrow Prince is there, and he says, that was very well done, well climbed. You were an excellent competitor. I will bestow upon you the title of Sparrow Prince. So
Thank you. You are a wonderful competitor as well. I'll give a bit of a bow.
He will return it. And you have the trait Sparrow Prince for you now. And the former Sparrow Prince says, well, if you encounter any birds, you may find that they're a little more amenable to you now.
Oh, that's good. We've not always gotten along in the past, so.
Well, you should have no issues now. All right. Great. So, as you make your way away from the Sparrow Prince's tree, Scorch, go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
Okay. 5.
5. Okay.
Linelia, have you had to fight birds before?
Well, foxes have done a lot of bad things to birds in the past. So when they see me, it's just they're automatically wary and defensive. Yeah, I mean, I don't eat eggs. I don't know. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat eggs. But it's always the assumption.
Eggs are delicious. Especially, well, yeah, eggs are delicious. Birds don't seem to like me much either. I don't know why. It might be because, like, the sticks that they use to build their homes and my fingers don't really get along all that well. Not sure. Can't imagine why.
As you continue to move forward, you pass by on one side of the pathway a large bush, and you hear the murmur of conversation coming from within the bush.
It's a talking bush!
As you get a little bit closer, you notice a small group of worms that are engaged in a very vigorous debate inside of the bush. And as you stand there and listen, Lady Linelia, you're good at listening, right? Okay, so you especially can hear, kind of make out what they're saying. And they seem to be all kind of very, not formal, but like they're all standing in kind of like they're all looking towards a center point, and it looks very intentional inside of this bush. Like you get the sense that this is some kind of meeting place, perhaps. But you can hear they're, oh, well, I am not sure that this is the best course of action. I mean, they've been just causing mayhem throughout the labyrinth. They set a hedge beast loose in the hedge maze, and, there was some shenanigans earlier on, and dueling in the middle of the maze, and all of these things. And another one says, well, yes, but they did stop and have tea with the worm colony, and that they do know some etiquette there, clearly. And I think that, that's something that we have to take into consideration. And the third one says, well, but there was also that whole, the poison who needs to be running around with poisons and stealing fireworks, much less. I don't know. I don't think that worms are really needing to get mixed up in all of these business. And, so they kind of are going back and forth. You're recognizing a lot of the tales that they're telling, and just, well, I think that we should hunt them down and lock them away. I think they're nothing but it's a danger to our labyrinth and our course of action. And, I'm not sure about that. I think that, they have good etiquette. They're clearly food driven because of the tea, and I think we should just leave pies all around the labyrinth to distract them. And that should solve the problem. And everyone says, well, I think that worms should just ignore them. I think if we ignore them, they'll go away. And I think we just need to pretend that they're not there. And then that'll be fine. And then the discussion is continuing.
Look at everyone else. I think they're talking about us. Some of them like us, some of them not so much. Blackstar, maybe you should talk to them.
Ooh.
Pies would be a good option.
Can you tell them that I vote for the pies?
Zupu likes pies.
Yeah, I also am in Team Pies.
For Lady Bun. Bun would be so excited by the pies.
For Lady Bun, yes. All right.
But were the pies a trick, or were they just pies?
If we know they're a trick, then are they really a trick?
Well, that's a good point.
And can pies be tricks?
I wasn't honestly paying attention past the word pies.
Are you speaking to the worms or no? Was that just amongst yourselves?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clove, as our diplomat, why don't you go approach the worms? You have a good rapport with them.
Do I? Okay.
I mean, we're
I-
friends, so it makes sense.
Okay.
That
yeah.
checks out.
Do you want to come on my head or do you want to stay outside of the bush?
I'll be behind your head,
Okay.
and I'll just.
PG, PG, PG.
I will approach and try to knock on the bush.
The worm who, the first worm who spoke, kind of looks up at you. Goes, "Yes, hello. What can I do for you?"
Hi. We think that you were probably talking about us. Is that right?
Oh, I don't know. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Clove. I'm a gardener here. These are all my friends. I know there's been some chaos that happens, but most of it hasn't been our fault. We just wanted to, see if maybe we heard pies. We heard talk of pies, really.
Oh, yes. And one of them chimes up. I think that these adventurers that we keep hearing about, I think that if we put pies throughout the labyrinth, that they'll be distracted and they'll leave everyone else alone. And then like I said, yeah, well, I think that that's a lot of work, and I think if we just pretend that they're not here, they'll just go away.
Well, actually, the fastest way for us to go away and get out of your respective hair is if you help us get through faster. Because we don't want to stay here. We want to get out, but that way, not that way.
Oh, are you looking for directions?
Yes. Can you help?
Oh, yeah. Where are you trying to get to?
The big scary castle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can help you get there. You're just gonna want to follow this path, and he kind of like gives you directions, and then turns back to his group once he's done and just says, "So about this adventuring party, I just think," and the girl says, the first worm says, I really think the pies are the right way to go. And the man goes, "Well, I suppose that pies are a better opportunity than, locking them up. That may be a little more difficult. So I could be on board with pies." And
thank you for the
I want to
advice.
poke Clove. Oh, real quick. Clove. What? Tell them, you should ask them if we can help. If they have the pies right now, we can help by setting the pies around the labyrinth.
Oh.
And that way we get the pies.
Oh my god, you're so smart. Excuse me one more time, lovely worms. You said it would just be a big hassle to put out all of these pies as a distraction. All of us, we could help distribute the pies on our way through the labyrinth. If you have them, we could.
Oh, we haven't baked them just yet.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
thank you. If you come
We'll
across
just-
a large party of adventurers, maybe let them know that they should be on the lookout for pies, and that they should leave the worms alone, perhaps.
Pies or more tea, or those lovely snacks from earlier. Just a good job on all of the baking. Oh, okay, bye. Guys, we should go.
And they keep kind of arguing as you walk away, but you do get the sense that pies is winning. Okay, so because you did get good directions from the worms, Clove, you're the next one to roll. You're going to go ahead and roll 2d6 for me.
So, good news and bad news, folks. Let's see, total of 9.
Oh, shit, okay.
We don't get pies now, but we might get pies later if we keep our eyes out.
Okay.
What type of pies are we talking about?
All kinds of pies. Fruit pies and meat pies. Maybe
Worm
like a
pies.
meringue. Worm pie.
It's a pie made by a worm.
Oh, then I guess they'd all be worm pies.
Excellent. Those are the best type.
I like it when it's a little crispy around the edges, when it's when it's a little black and
Oh, that buttery flakiness on the top.
yeah.
And you could just do that yourself. You could go.
I can, but it's always better when somebody else does it, I find.
I'm super
Because then
excited
it's like
about these
made
pies.
with love. I know. I could really go for a pie right now.
Yeah, me too.
So as you move forward, you start to see other travelers on this pathway. Just varying. You see some dwarves, you see some other fireys, you see some worms, just goblins, various folks, and they all seem to be moving in a certain direction. Everyone more or less seems to be getting along as well. And one of them, a little fairy with a mohawk that's kind of flying around, comes up to you and says, "Oh, are you on your way to see Old Regular too?"
Are we?
Well, you're on
Yes.
the path.
That sounds about right, yes.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's been a whole year since the last time it went off.
What's Old Regular? Do any of you know what, Zubu, do you know what Old Regular is?
I've never heard of Old Regular.
Ubu the Wise, just make a guesstimate, and we'll take it as fact.
Excuse me, how big is Old Regular?
Oh, it's going to be massive this year, I think. The stench is going to be all over.
Stench.
As you
Does
continue
anyone else have another
walking,
question?
you start to see, and you have noticed, you're not in the Bog of Stench, obviously, because the Bog of Stench is a place of eternal torment. But you are in a bog, and it is stenchy. And as you continue to walk forward, you see what looks to be an enormous bubble with kind of this gas, like, swirling inside it. And as you continue to walk, you do hear other people, "Oh, I haven't seen you since last year," and "Oh, it's been so long," and you get the sense that this is kind of an annual thing, that Old Regular goes off at a regular interval.
Weird.
So as you continue to move forward, the bubble, you come up kind of on this giant pearlescent pond, and it is very pretty. And the bubble is kind of larger and larger and larger, and it is very stenchy.
I just want to poke it.
But watch
I don't know if you should poke it.
It's in a pond.
I mean,
It's
I have
gross.
the lance. I could poke it with the lance.
That's true.
I wonder if you add fire to it.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I would hate to ruin whatever everyone's come to see. Maybe we should wait.
Well, maybe.
Or
with the
I can make it
addition-
even better.
There we go.
As this conversation is happening, the bubble does kind of increase in size and swell, and everyone says, "Oh, here it is! Here it is!" And then the bubble does pop. And it smells wonderful. It just, like, the stench of the bog is wiped away, and you get this incredible... It's almost like that, like, love potion thing where, like, it smells like whatever you want it to smell like. It smells fantastic. And it does splatter a bit of multicolored goo all over everybody as this kind of rainbow pearlescent fog just, like,
It
enters
smells
the area.
like David Bowie.
Who's David Bowie?
It's why we're here.
Oh shoot, I forgot! The concept is already leaving me!
Oh my, hold on to it. Smell
Oh,
me.
hold on
Take
to
in
it.
David Bowie through your nostrils. Hold on to that memory.
It
And I'll
kind of
flop
smells
onto
like
Scorch's nose.
Oh, thank you.
Did
It's-
anyone not approach the pond? This is important.
I was ready to set on fire, so I was definitely close.
Yeah, I was sniffing it like crap.
Okay, great. I'm gonna need everybody to roll me 2d6. The first one is gonna be your tens digit. The second one's gonna be your 1. So if you roll like a 1-3, it's a 13. If you roll like a 4-5, it's a 45. And then tell me what you get.
15.
15. Okay. You can add to your reading there's a chart here. You can add to your traits list iron stomach. You can eat through anything. It does take an hour to do so, within within rational reason, obviously.
Oh, I love that. So this is like a random thing. It's not like we could use skills to
This
affect
is a
the
random
outcome
trait.
of the... Okay.
You have
okay,
been
cool.
randomly assigned
I rolled
a
a
new trait by the group.
26.
26. You add to your trait list spines. You can grow porcupine spines from anywhere on your body at will.
Oh my gosh!
And then
I
throw them.
And then I can
then
throw
you can
them.
throw them. Yeah. Clove, what you got?
53.
53. Compass sense is your trait. When you roll, if you have to backtrack at any point, if you roll a 1, which would normally make you lose an hour, you get to re-roll, and you only lose an hour if you roll like 4 or above the second time. So basically, you have a half chance to save yourself from a backtracking roll if you need to.
Awesome.
This is kind of awkward. I actually also literally rolled a 53.
Okay, go ahead
Should I
and
re-roll?
re-roll. Yeah.
Sure. 65.
65. You gain chef skills. And
Dang.
your skill in the kitchen is second to none. You have all of the cooking skills of a professional chef.
Wow.
And Linelia, what you got?
I rolled a 21.
21. You have Chameleon Skin. You can shift your skin color and texture to match your surroundings.
Ooh, when I notice that, I'm going to start going in front of other things, in front of Scorch, and become.
I try growing the porcupine spines, and then I light my fingers on fire and light the spines on fire with my fingers, so that I am flaming. Look how cool I am, y'all.
A couple
so
of the
cool.
travelers kind of like inch away from you instinctually.
Scorch is the coolest. I am Scorch. Reborn.
Scorch.
Yes.
How often does this happen?
Oh, once a year.
Oh, wow. We got lucky.
I know. Look at our timing.
Follow the wisdom of the great Zubu.
We did follow the wisdom of the great Zubu.
Zubu suddenly has culinary aspirations.
Maybe Zubu can make us pies.
I would
Oh.
like some of this culinary aspirations. I would like to put my mouth on it.
Lady Linelia, roll me a d6, please.
That's a 1.
Okay.
I'm also imagining when Lady Linelia is on Mr. Scrabbles that she gets the badger stripes. Sounds so cute.
Yep.
Oh,
Use the badger racing stripes.
Okay. Can't do this one. Here we go. Oh, why is this being dumb? Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to do some weirdness. Okay, so you head away from Old Regular with your new and exciting traits, and you come across, after a little bit of time, a ramshackle hut, and there is a dwarf outside who, as soon as he sees you, starts kind of gesturing for you to approach, and he says, "Old curses for new, old curses for new. Come on, the curse merchant is here. Old curses for new." And he's kind of like gesturing at you towards his hut.
I'm gonna like poke Scorch's nose. To that! I'm interested. Let's do it.
LD, you're muted.
I know, I saw. Hello, hi. Blackstar here on my nose is interested in curses.
Oh, all right. Well, come on in. And he opens the door, and you see the inside of the hut is just packed with hundreds of glowing bottles. And there's just shelves, like just shelving, like clear up to the ceiling. And he says, "Well, I'm Holda. I'm a collector of obscure and unique curses. And I have curses for trade. If there's anything that you're interested in, what can I do you for?"
I would like a curse, please.
Well, you have to. Do you have something I can trade you for?
I can trade you that I'm small.
I see.
That is a curse.
I see.
It is.
Indeed.
It has plagued me all my life.
All right. Yes, I see. Okay. Well, let me run some tests here real quick. And he will, he'll take like a little tape measure and kind of measure you. He'll like ask you to like stick out your tongue with like a tiny little tongue depressor. He'll kind of like look at like both ends and kind of like look at your belly. Like he'll just do a bunch of little, tests, smell your breath, that kind of thing.
Smells like the concept of David Bowie.
It does.
Yes, and yes, I do believe that you are accursed with being small. I think that is my conclusion. It is quite a curse. Not the rarest of curses, but I might be able to do something for you. I've got a few options here. Hang on, let me see what I got. And he will kind of just go rummage around his shelving. Let me do some rolling here.
I don't know what I'll do if I'll be big. Will I responsibly use the power, or will I be a tyrannical worm?
That's a tough question, and one only you can answer, Blackstar.
Okay, well, here's what I got, and he's pulled a couple of bottles. It says, well, this curse is that you can only see in shades of green. This one here means that you're going to be very, very hard of hearing. Or this one, which makes you smell good to goblins.
That one.
Okay, that does mean that they will probably attack you first. If you're ever in a situation where you're being attacked by goblins.
No, that's fine. I'm a warrior without equal.
Alright.
It's true.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So he will take an empty bottle and kind of wave it across your person. Oh, do you mind getting off, just, get off the counter because you're gonna, just the way
Yeah, he'll flop down onto the ground.
Yeah.
Lay out, tummy up. I'm ready.
So he will kind of like wave this bottle around, say a few magic words, and your curse of smallness will be lifted. You are not, you're not giant, but you're about 2 feet long. But you are now very attractive aggressively to goblins. They will probably attack you on sight.
That's so cool.
Look how
You're
big
so
I
big
am,
now.
Zubu.
Wow, you've finally grown into the size of your courage.
Exactly. Zubu, I've always wanted to have myself be your scarf. Is it alright if I accessorize you? Just kind of like, I'll be on your neck.
It would be Zubu's honor.
Excellent. And he'll flop onto his neck. And be like, yeah.
We're the same size now, Blackstar.
High five.
I'm so happy for you, Blackstar. This is the best day.
I'm still climbing on your head, so that's still happening.
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent.
All right.
All right.
Does anyone else have a curse I can take a look at? Or, that was a pretty good one.
I don't think I'm cursed.
Zubu is cursed with wisdom, far greater than the average mortal.
Oh, I think he should probably hang on to that. I can take that if you want, but that seems like it could come in pretty handy.
Zubu alone must carry this burden.
You must.
I understand. That makes sense. All right.
That's why he's our hero.
I think I'm perfect. I'm fantastic. But I don't know, maybe there's a curse I don't know about that you can find? Can you do that?
You're cursed with not always being on fire.
That's true. What if I was always on fire? That would be better.
I don't know if I can. That's a little bit semantic in
Or
terms
you-
of curses.
You've lost a couple fingers, right? Maybe he could give you your missing fingers back.
Oh, that's right. I am missing. I only have 7 fingers. I should have 8, like any proper fiery. But honestly, I could be wrong about that. It's hard to tell. I think we're supposed to have 8 fingers, but most of us have like anywhere between like 7 and 2. So like it's not. But maybe, I think.
Yeah, I can't really do limb regrowth either. It doesn't sound like y'all have any other real curses. I mean, everybody's got things, to work on, but some of those things are things we just have to learn to love about ourselves.
Holy heck.
That's not so much a curse as just a life lesson.
Of not losing one's fingers. About knowing where you throw them so that you can find them again when you do throw them.
Yeah. That wasn't so much something you were cursed with. It's just something that happened to you. But
the others are cursed with not being able to throw their own limbs.
I can throw my butt.
You can throw your butt? Since when?
Like worms, you can take their butt off and I think I'm okay.
So you're like a fiery. Okay, so Black Star's fine, but nobody else can detach their limbs, and that's just tragic.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but again, I don't think that's a curse so much as it's just a difference in
No, I'm pretty sure it's a curse.
body composition.
Scorch,
I do appreciate y'all coming in. I appreciate our trade here. If you do come up with other curses, please do come again.
I think we were just gifted with self-respect.
Wow. I don't know if self-respect.
Does everyone else feel it?
I don't feel all that different, frankly.
Clove, do you love yourself?
Sometimes.
Is this what David Bowie feels like?
I think so, all the time. How else does he wear those tight outfits? Like everything.
Yeah, I couldn't wear tights like that. No.
I'd be very self-conscious.
I'm firmly opposed to leg prisons, so that's my personal opinion on that. But
Is Scorch just naked?
Yes.
Correct. Because they're fuzzy anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
As this conversation's going on, Zubu, go ahead and roll me a d6.
It's a 6.
Okay. Y'all can continue talking, but now you're walking and talking.
Clothes make it hard to have the limbs come off, honestly, because that's why they are prisons, because if I was wearing the leg prisons, then the leg, when I tried to take it off, couldn't come off because it'd be stuck in the leg prison.
Yeah, I wear shorts.
Makes sense.
But if you wore gloves, maybe you wouldn't lose your fingers.
But then I couldn't take off the fingers. See, that's the problem, is I need to be able to take off the fingers.
They would just burst into flame. You just
Right.
burn gloves all day.
Oh, that's bad for the environment.
See.
So Black Star, now that you're not small anymore, do you still want to ride on one of us, or?
Yes, I'm on Zubu right now. I am protecting his neck.
Great.
But soon, I think after this, I will be on Clove's head, and then I will move to Lady Denalia's head.
Oh, you might be too big to be on my head now.
It's okay.
I don't know if
Let's try it out.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I have
we're
the
the
neck
same
strength.
We're the same size now. I don't know that I can hold you on my head anymore.
I believe in you. Faith will carry us.
You can ride Mr. Scrabbles for a little while though.
Oh, hell yeah.
As you continue forward, you start to enter this area that just seems like a city made of trash. There's just junk everywhere. And there are still people around. You see people kind of digging through things. Off kind of at the top of one of the mountains of trash, you see what looks like a little old lady who's just picking through things and shoving them into this giant pack on her back. A couple of dwarves are squabbling over something they found in a pile as you walk by. And you get to a point where there's kind of, the pathway opens up and there's this large mound of trash kind of in the middle. And after a moment, it starts to kind of ripple and surge. And suddenly there's this gaping maw that kind of comes out of the trash, and the teeth are broken bottles and splintered wood, and there's eyes made from like broken bits of china, and says, "Who enters the domain of Nash, the imperishable? Have you come to pay homage to my glory? I am lord of these junk fields. I don't have any vassals at the moment, but I am the lord of these fields."
Just as a reflex, I immediately become the same color as Zubu.
Everyone on Zubu.
Zubu has been carrying around this wrapper from the block of lard that he would like to gift.
Okay.
It's a very greasy wrapper.
Okay, so you move forward. What do you say?
I come with an offering of this oily, greasy wrapper. My liege? Do you prefer to be called my liege? Your Highness?
My liege sounds right. Well, that's acceptable. I thank you for your offering. Please add it to right here, and you see kind of there's like a little like bit of trash that kind of like wiggles off one side.
Are you cheating on me, Zubu?
No. We can have lots of friends, right?
And Nash kind of nods as you add the wrapper to the pile and just says, "Thank you. I appreciate it. I would like to assist you if I can. I do have one request. Find me a vassal. I need a vassal. I need a subject. I am the lord of these lands, but I have no subjects. If you can bring me a subject that I may rule over, they can do kind of whatever they want. They have to agree to be my subject. Then I can help you with directions out of this portion of the trash lands."
Like a subject like
math?
I was thinking like geography perhaps.
No, like a person. Like kings and rulers have subjects. Like someone that will.
When you say ruler, you mean one of those like measuring devices, right?
No, have you never heard of the concept of kings before?
Oh, I'm a king.
Like the
Yes.
Goblin King.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone that will be respectful and say nice things about me and occasionally bring me gifts. But someone local, that will stick around. You don't look like you're going to be around for some time. Not that I don't appreciate the gift, of course I do, but someone that lives here. Is that just one person, if that's possible?
Zubu's too good for you anyway, so.
Yeah, no, Zubu
is precious, and we have to take care of him.
I mean, are we gonna find somebody around here?
We can look, I guess. I mean, surely there's someone in this pile of poo-poo
Yeah.
that we can convince.
I'm gonna ask the rake.
Hello?
Hey, rake.
Yes.
So we need to find a subject for this guy, person, thing, creature, denizen of the labyrinth. Do you happen to know of one who might serve him?
Oh, well, this isn't really my area. I haven't really been here before.
But you're talking rake.
Yes, I am. I did see, as we were walking in while I was in your park, I did see a few people walking around the trash. I suppose you could try one of them.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
I have at this point like the rake and the lance sort of in an X across my back.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
tied
that's
on the-
awesome.
Like so cool. And then
That's too
porcupine
cool.
spines are. I'm so cool.
How dare you be this cool?
I'm just thinking, like, I have this image of my head right now too of them being on fire, like sort of War Boys style in Mad Max.
Yes.
That's all I'm thinking right now. At some
Yeah.
point.
Rake says they saw people.
You should try talking
Okay.
to them then.
Why don't you just ask Rake if they want to be
But it's my rake.
That's fair. All
It
right.
was gifted to me by Lady Bun.
I mean, I have an idea. You would still have to give up the rake, but to make the rake seem like more of a person, I do have this set of fake ears. And Blackstar, you have glue, right? We could glue
Yes.
the ears onto the rake, and we could like give it a little face, and then maybe it would like pass for like a real person.
Already got the glue out. Let's do this.
Scorch, what do you think? I know it's a big decision.
What does the Rake want?
Rake,
Yes.
would you like to be the subject for this? Would you like to hang out here? There's a lot of stuff to rake, I think.
Yes, there is a lot of things to rake here. I could be very useful here.
Okay. I go ahead and do it. Rake, I will miss you. I have enjoyed our time together so much.
It was lovely
Please
being
remember
on your
me,
back
guys.
for a short time.
Uh-huh. It felt like forever. We have grown so close.
Okay, so you go ahead and attach the fake ears to the rake.
Yeah.
Where do they look? Okay, gotta make sure they're even. Okay, right here.
Yes.
Thank you. This looks very dignified.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we know how to do.
Okay. Do you do anything else to the rake?
Smiley face?
Okay.
We can add. I have this mousetrap. It kind of looks like a shoe. We can add it to the bottom of the rake, and so it looks like there's a foot.
Worst case, we can fix things up in post.
I want art of this so bad.
Such
Okay.
a smart group.
Yeah. Okay, so you finish dressing up your sentient rake, and you make your way back to Nash, the trash lord. And who is presenting the rake?
I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it.
Clove, it was your idea.
I will come forward with the rake, doing my best to make it look like I'm just kind of like walking forward, got my arm around it like a good friend.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Your Majesty. We've found you hopefully a subject if you enjoy their company, of course.
Oh, interesting. Hello, who are you? And the rake says, I'm Rake.
See, it's great, right?
What do you do? I rake things. You have lots of trash. There's lots of things to rake here. I see. Yes, you will do nicely. I don't have a lot of subjects, so I can't really afford to be too picky, and you seem lovely. I appreciate the gesture. Thank you for this vessel. I'm sure we will become close friends.
Best of friends. Love blossoms here.
Rake
And-
is very nice. Be careful. They're very good at puns.
and Rake will kind of just start raking something off in a corner. Looks very happy, very content. And Nash will say, all right, now, where was it that you wanted to get to? Oh, actually, first, because I have to read things. And Ash says, "Well, thank you so much for this service that you have done to me. I would like to reward you. What was your name?"
I'm Clove.
Clove. Yes, I would like to reward you, Clove. From now on, you are Clove, the Earl of Ooze. Wow. And she will pull out from like part of her trash heap this one of those like one shoulder like cape situations where it's just got like the one big doohickey.
Yeah.
And it is royal blue with a silver kind of clasp.
Heck yes.
Okay, but I mean, the rake was my rake, and I just had Flo present.
Thank you very much for your gift. It's beautiful. I will wear it with pride.
Excellent. So where were you trying to get to?
To the castle.
Oh yes. All right. You'll want to go that way, and then take a left here, and then follow this way down there, and she'll give you directions towards the castle. And as you make your way off, Zubu, you rolled last. So Blackstar, we are up to you again. Go ahead and roll me 2d6, please.
A 4 and a 5.
Okay.
Scorch, I know that rake meant a lot to you, but look at this awesome cape I have now.
It's so good. It does look very good on you, and blue isn't really my color, so it's better on you. Just
Thank you.
Okay.
We now have 2 nobles to travel with us.
we do. Isn't it 3 though? Because isn't Blackstar like Blackstar? Aren't you like
I mean, there's nobles and then there's royalty.
right?
Well, I
come
meant
from a long
Blackstar.
Okay,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you have a title too. You're the Sparrow Prince, lady,
Oh,
And you're a lady.
and you're a lady.
well, I'm a knight, but I guess Sparrow Prince counts. So 3. Wow.
Right?
So
Sparrow
awesome.
Prince, Earl of Ooze, and Blackstar. And I don't remember Blackstar's title, but I know they're royalty.
Sovereign Blackstar.
Sovereign Blackstar.
Lady Linelia, how does one become a knight? Can we knight Zubu and Scorch? Do you have like a sword? You could like bonk bonk.
Zubu
What?
should be the Green Knight.
I can do it with my fork. Yeah, that'll make the party complete.
Then we'll all have titles.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lance already and everything.
That's true. And Zubu is very noble and wise.
Oh,
Zubu
thank you.
is maybe too wise for his own good.
Zubu is the wisest of all.
Okay, Scorch, come here. Zubu, you're gonna have to kneel way down for me.
Zubu kneels.
And I will knight both of them.
What titles do you give them?
Zubu, which prefix would you prefer? I can give you lady or lord.
Oh, Zubu would like
Or
Lord.
sir. Sorry. Sir or lady. Okay. Sir Zubu the wise.
Yay.
And Scorch, how about you?
Yeah. Can I be Lur? Scorch?
Sure. Lur
Lur
Scorch, the chaotic.
Yeah.
Lur Scorch the Chaotic. I like it.
Both of you rise. Yay.
All right. As you finish your knighting ceremony,
Sir Zubu.
There's Scorch.
you find yourself, you see stone walls again, which for the first time since you've been making your way through the Land of Lore, which you made it through very quickly. And you see what looks to be the outskirts of the Goblin City. And you have reached kind of an outer courtyard. There's kind of a wall that surrounds it, and then there's a large gate with the shape of some kind of very large robotic humanoid embedded in the door. As you approach, the steel colossus slowly detaches itself from the gates and starts to lumber towards you, its eyes gleaming with cold fury.
I hide behind Black Star.
Okay.
Alt Figgy.
It starts to move forward. We are going to move into an action scene.
Okay.
So you see this very large figure. It's holding a massive axe in one hand. Or actually in both hands. It's holding it like two-handed. And you see a few other kind of like bits and bobs along the surface of the armor that you're not quite sure what they do. Cool. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go into an action sequence. So we're going to start. We'll just go through the overlay. As this thing comes lumbering towards you, Black Star, what would you like to do?
I will flop on it and try to wrestle it to the ground.
Okay. It is about 12 feet tall.
Let's do this.
Okay. That's going to be a difficulty 6.
Let's go, Black Star! I got 1-6.
You got a 6. Okay. Cool. We'll resolve that in a second. Also, as a reminder to our viewers, as we are going into this fight scene, if you would like to help our players in any way, you can donate to the Trevor Project. Link is in chat. You can help one player for $5, or you can help the whole party for $20.
Or hinder.
Or you can hinder them if you're feeling extra chaotic. Scorch, what are you doing?
So I've got this one last, like, thing, the bomb. It's a thumper. I would like very much to roll it by to set it off and throw it at the Colossus so it goes off right by the Colossus's feet. Thinking that, because the thumper, I can't remember what the thumper does, but I think it makes the ground shake.
It does. It makes you have to save to not fall over. You would know that would also affect you all, just so you know.
But it would make the big thing fall over.
True. Okay. Go ahead. Actually, I'd say you can throw it. No problem. The thing is 12 feet tall.
Right.
It's not hard. So I do need everybody to make me a roll difficulty 4 to not be knocked to the ground.
Okay.
I fail.
Ooh, 4. Okay.
Mr. Scrabble's also failed with the 3.
Oh no. Okay. All right. We'll handle that in a second. Clove, you are still standing. What would you like to do?
Okay, well, I was hiding behind Black Star, but then Black Star moved to attack. Let's see. I would like to try to circle around behind the thing.
Okay.
And so it's just like a big kind of robot-y metal. My shears aren't going to be of much use here.
Oh, that attitude.
No, I want to try to get behind it and use my shears to like stab it in the back of a knee and see if I can get it to come down.
Okay. I would say, let's say difficulty 5, because it is made of metal, but we'll see if you can like find like a little chink in between.
5.
Okay. Okay, we'll resolve that in a second as well. Lady Linelia, what are you doing?
I was going to charge, but Mr. Scrabbles has stumbled, fallen over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, as he falls over and I kind of tumble, I'm going to keep rolling and then keep charging forward because I must be out front to protect my friends. You said they were other like bits and bobbles on the armor?
Yes,
I
there are
try
other
and
kind
aim
of
for.
mechanics that you don't really know what they're doing.
Okay, I'll aim for one of those.
Okay.
Whatever I can reach.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. We'll say difficulty 5, just because it's a small target.
Roll the 4.
Okay. So you do spot something that looks kind of like a gun, but there's no like bullet chamber, and you see a little like tiny bits of what looks like tar kind of along the edges, that you think maybe it shoots some kind of tar like substance. You're not able to hit it, but you do recognize that this is one of the defense mechanisms that this thing seems to have. Zubu, you have been knocked to your feet by a firework, but what would you like to do? Or knocked off your feet, I guess.
Zubu would like to get up and dust himself off, and then realize that he's still in a fight.
Okay.
I'm assuming that standing up costs an action, or
No,
Not
you
sure how
can
to-
you
okay.
can stand up and do stuff.
he might try to wrestle or grapple the mechanical thing's ankle.
Okay. We'll say... Actually, I should roll for the... Okay. We'll say because it was also affected by the fireworks, so it is kind of teetering, that'll be a difficulty... We'll say 3, just to kind of grab its ankle.
Okay. Oh, that's a 6.
Great. Okay. Okay, so... here's what happens. So Black Star kind of launches themselves at the humongous, which is what it's called, apparently. And you do manage to kind of like grab onto it, and you hit it with enough momentum that it does start to kind of veer a little bit. Scorch, you chuck a firework at it, which goes off, sending most of the party to their feet, off their feet rather. But it also kind of, the humongous, it's very unstable as well. Clove, you rush around the back of it and are able to jab what's your weapon again?
My
Your
shears.
Okay, you jab your shears into the back of one of its knees, which causes that foot to kind of buckle a little bit. Lady Linelia, you are, as I said, able to kind of move up forward, and you do notice one of its defense mechanisms, although are not able to totally destroy it. And Zulu, you manage to run up and grapple the ankle that is not the one that's buckling from Clove. So it is like it's buckling on one side and you've got it on the other side. So it is very unstable. It hasn't fallen over yet, but it is clearly on its way down. It doesn't like this.
What?
So it's going to activate one of its other defense systems. Oh dear.
Can it not?
No, it can, and it does. It activates its electrical armor.
Oh, no.
So, Black Star, from where you are, you see a little like spark light up on one of its shoulders,
I'm like,
and
what's
then
that?
this electrical current starts kind of moving its way through. I need you to make me a roll, please. Difficulty 5 to resist the effects of the current.
I got ones.
Okay. So you do kind of like, you take a zap. It doesn't like harm you, but it does kind of make you lose your grip. And you do fall off the humongous.
Yeah, my hair like frizzes up like.
Yeah. It's like when you touch one of those things at like the science fair for a second. So you're not harmed, but you do fall off and kind of land on the ground near where one of the humongous's feet is. No one else was touching the humongous, right? Zubu, you're right. That's right. Okay, go ahead and make me a roll, difficulty 5.
I'm actually curious to see what kind of hair Blackstar has.
It's just all over his body. It was kind of like slicked down
It
onto
just looks
it now.
like a
It's just
caterpillar now.
yeah.
Zubu, what'd you get?
That was a 4.
4. Okay. So again, you're not harmed, but you do kind of lose your grip as you like jolt back from this shock that hits you. So you're still right there, but you're no longer actively grappling the ankle.
Zubu wanted to start cooking, but Zubu himself was cooked.
Oh, that was good. Only a wise person can say that.
Okay, back up to the top, Blackstar, having now just fallen off of the head of the humongous, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to blind it by putting my mouth over its head.
Okay, I would say, so you're on the ground. I would say it would take you an action to climb back up to its head, and you could try to blind it next turn.
Excellent, that's perfect.
Okay, so go ahead and do a difficulty 3 check for me just to climb back up.
Come on. Yeah, I got a 6.
Okay, cool. So you are able to kind of like scoot your way back up. It's easier because you're not 4 inches long, so you're able to cover the distance a lot faster. But you do manage to make it back up, so you're on one of its shoulders. As you get up there, you notice something strange, which is that there appears to be a little like window kind of across the front of it, and there's something moving inside its head.
Like,
so
guys, I'm gonna go in.
you do notice that. Scorch, it's your turn. You are muted.
I forgot. I know that I fell down because I didn't make my save for my thumper at all anyway. But well, so I will pull out my 12-foot lance and try it poke at one of the things on the foot, because I haven't been paying that close attention, I'll be honest. Scorch has not been paying that close attention, and so we'll just try and poke at anything that looks pokeable.
Okay, are you aiming for like a chink in the armor or one of the defense mechanisms?
Probably one of the defense mechanisms.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Let's see, we'll say difficulty 5 to try to find one and poke it.
Okay. Dice, don't fail me now. Come on, dice. That would be a 1.
Okay, you do your absolute best. You think you see something that looks like a defense mechanism, and you poke it, and your lance just kind of like bounces off, and it was just a shadow.
Sure. Yep, that's right.
Clove, your turn. What would you like to do? You have your shears kind of like embedded in its knee.
Yeah. So I saw the electrical thing happen. Can I see any like exposed wires? Kind of like any of the mechanism?
Yeah, make me a check, difficulty 3. You'll get help if you're good at like spotting or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay, so just 3.
4.
4. Yeah, as you pull your shears back out of its knee, you do see a little bit of wiring. It doesn't like break, like you don't cut it, but it, a little bit of wiring kind of comes out with the shears, so you can see a few of the cords in that area, and you can kind of see how they like probably wind up through the leg.
Cool. I would like to aim a snip of my shears at some of those exposed wires and try to hopefully turn off some of its defenses.
Yeah, easy enough. You do snip those wires, and you see the electric, like the area the electrical current kind of came from, kind of spark again, and then fizzle. So you get the sense that particular defense mechanism will probably not go off again.
Awesome. Zubu, you could grab him again.
All right, Lady Linelia.
I was going to do a similar thing. Now that I'm up close to him, do I see any gears that I could stick my fork in?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a difficulty 3 roll.
Okay, and I'm good at spotting.
And you're
Do I
good
get
at
help
spotting,
with
so
that?
you get help.
Rolled a 5.
Okay, great. Yeah, so as you're looking at it, you've kind of been examining this like tar gun looking thing. And you can see kind of where it attaches to the body. There are some like gears, there's some like connectors, a little bit like you can see kind of where the mechanism kind of hits the rest of the exterior shell.
Okay. Yeah, I will stick my fork in. Try
Alright.
and jam the gears.
Easy enough. So you stick your fork in and give it a good twist, and a couple of the gears kind of like pop off. The gun, it doesn't make any visible noise or anything, but you definitely disconnected some of the pieces that seem required to make it work. So you get the sense that this mechanism probably will not work anymore either.
Awesome.
All right.
I will. I'll turn into the color of the ground with my chameleon skin, so if it looks down at me, it won't see me right away.
Okay, sounds good. Zubu, what would you like to do?
I was just like envisioning everybody's actions, and I was having a really good time. I totally forgot about what I was gonna do.
So you've just been shocked and lost your grip on its ankle, but you are still right there if you would like to try to grab again, or you can do anything else.
Does Zubu like to grab again?
Okay. Difficulty, I'll say 3 because you're right there and you kind of have already grabbed it once.
Sure thing. Ooh, hit a 3 exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so you're able to grab it again and like kind of just reclaim your grasp there. Not too difficult, and you feel like you are having kind of a, you're unstable. I just completely lost my train of thought. You're keeping it pretty unstable, so it's having a hard time maintaining its footing. That's what I meant to say.
I've got it, I think.
Okay, great. So those all pretty much resolved on their own. So it is going to be its turn now. It no longer has its electrical armor, and it no longer has its tar gun. So let's see what else it can do. Okay. There's on the opposite shoulder from where the electrical armor was, you see like a canister kind of pop off. And this gas starts to kind of emerge from its shoulder and like float down. I need everybody to make a difficulty 4 check. You have advantage if you're good at like constitutional resisting kind of things, which I think is just
4?
Blackstar, who's not here. Yeah, difficulty 4. Okay, we got a 5, we got a 1. Another 5 and a 2. Okay. We'll resolve Blackstar when they get back, but so as this gas kind of wafts down, all of you start to feel very tired. It's been a long day. You've been traveling for a long time. Clove and Zubu, you both fall asleep.
No.
I think I'm gonna take a nap right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I kind of pull my cloak over myself like a little blanket.
but we're not done yet, though.
Yeah.
No, but it's time to sleep now. Bye.
But stay awake. No.
And Scorch and Linelia, you also start to feel very drowsy, but you're able to kind of shake it off.
Scorch is not tired. Scorch is in it to win it, despite being completely useless.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll real quick for Blackstar, just so we can move forward. Okay, Blackstar is also asleep on top of its head. Scorch, so we're gonna skip to you. What would you like to do?
Okay, well,
It is
let's
still
see.
very like teetery. It looks like it could go over if it was, pushed the correct way. I mean, it's huge, so there's that, but like it is still very unstable.
But my lance is also ginormous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You do have a 10-foot lance. This is true.
Sorry. Oh.
Oh my god.
I just, my head went somewhere
PG!
there for a second. PG, this is not my channel. It's fine. I'm gonna try and like what I would like to do is to, like, if it looks really teetery,
Mhm.
I would like to try and like just put all my weight into it and like and try and poke it at the hip to try and knock it over. Like,
Okay.
like just use the lance to just kind of shove it over. Maybe
Okay.
I will do like a big sweeping to try and turn it around to use the butt of it because more surface area. I don't know, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I would say we'll go. I'd say difficulty 4 because you have the lance helping.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I have to respond to purrs. It
Little
is
kitty
in my
ASMR.
nature. I got a 6.
Okay. So you are able to kind of wedge your lance in just the right way so that as you push on, like, and Zubu still kind of has a, well, he's asleep, but he's asleep holding an ankle. So
Just, like,
it's still
curled up around
unsteady.
it.
And you are able to shove it in just the right way that it just starts to teeter over and it just crashes into the ground with this loud just Black Star, of course, going down with it as well. And as it goes, there's silence for a minute as it lays there on the ground. And then that window on the front of its face kind of opens a little bit. And you see a little goblin just kind of peek out and just go, yes, right. Sorry. Enjoy the city, and just runs off. Black Star, the humongous has been toppled. You are taking a slight nap on its head thanks to some sleeping gas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the goblin kind of takes off. The humongous has collapsed over. After a few minutes, Clove, Zubu, and Black Star, you do all wake up. Again, feeling very refreshed.
Yeah, just
Nice little power nap there.
Yeah.
We are, before we head into the Goblin City, we are going to go ahead and take our break. So we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Go ahead and stretch, go to the bathroom, drink some water, do whatever you got to do, and we will be right back with more Goblin City nonsense.
Goblins into the Goblin City.
All right,
Goblins in
we'll see
disguise.
you
Into the thick of it.
in a minute.
Into the thick of it.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you all had a nice break. We're able to get some water, go to the bathroom, do all of those great things. We are going to jump right back in. As the party has now has now made their way to the Goblin City itself, having defeated the Humongous, the giant robot humanoid that guards the front gates. You are able to make your way inside. Let's see. Scorch, I think we're up to you. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
You got it. Oh, that jumped 3.
3. Okay. Okay. So as you kind of make your way inside, you find yourself inside of a city. There are some goblins kind of like moving around, but nothing, nobody seems alarmed at this point, at this place in the city. And you've come across what looks like a large covered wagon that just is packed with costumes and armor and props and all kinds of stuff just like hanging out. And you see a large goblin in an enormous powdered wig and a doublet and hose who immediately sees you and just, oh, this won't do at all, runs up, grabs Lady Linelia by the arm and pulls her into the wagon.
Should we say
The rest of
it?
you,
No.
come along quickly
okay.
inside.
Wait, where are we go? What do we do? What? Okay, Lady Linelia, are you okay? What's happening? Okay.
I don't know.
As you enter the wagon, you see that it is much larger on the inside, interestingly enough, but it is filled with various costumes and pieces. And, well, I mean, I know that we all do a great job of disguising ourselves as goblins, but these disguises that you all have are just ridiculous. Yes, every self-respecting goblin should be able to dress up like an adventurer, but this is just, we just need to fix this. And he starts just kind of like throwing various costume pieces at you. And you very quickly get the sense, like all of the clothing pieces are, it's kind of ramshackle. You get the sense they've been sourced from pretty much wherever because they're not all goblin sized. There are clothing pieces that fit all of you, and he just keeps just throwing stuff at you, just like you're in the city now, you have to be dressed for the occasion. And you very quickly realize that you could put together a pretty decent goblin disguise from the stuff inside this wagon. So as he's throwing things at you, anyone that would like to get some kind of goblin disguise, I need you to roll 2d6 for me to see what kind of item of clothing you come up with.
64.
Okay, 64. You Black Star, you have a pair of stilts.
Yes.
Yeah!
It's right on the thing.
Beautiful.
Scorch, what
I
you
rolled a
have
35.
legs.
35. You have a horned helmet.
Oh my god, I'm so cool.
You're just all spiky now. Just all
I am
over.
so
right?
spiky.
Clove.
14.
14. You have a bandit mask.
Heck yes, I do.
Oh my god, Clove!
With my little cloak and my little mask.
Oh my god!
Oh, look at
It's
us.
like
I'm like a highway robber.
you're so cool.
Lady
This is
Linelia.
awesome.
I rolled 56.
56. You have a pair of fluffy pink slippers.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Zubu.
Zubu rolled 26.
26. You have striped pantaloons.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is so comfy.
So you each
This is
take
the best ever.
your item of clothing, and as you pull it on, the proprietor of the wagon says, "Yes, this is much better. You all look like proper goblins now. Some of these items of these disguises, and he kind of like pulls on like things that aren't actually part of a costume. Like he'll pull on one of Scorch's fingers, which will only detach if Scorch wants it to, or like he'll tug on Clove's ear a little bit and be like, "Wow, you really secured these disguises quite well." But I hope that you've these items can find use. Thank you for visiting the Goblin Boutique.
Oh, Scorch's finger would have totally detached.
Oh, okay. So he pulls it off and goes, "Oh, I see. Yes, of course." And then like hands it back to you.
Thank you. And I put it back on like one of my other, like I put it back, but not necessarily where it had originally come
Yeah.
from.
Okay. So you each have a item of Goblin Disguise now, whichever that may be, which may be of assistance as you try to move through the Goblin City. And you have visited the Goblin Boutique. Clove, go ahead and roll me a d6, please, as you exit.
3.
3. Okay.
Black Star, do you need to like practice, or have you
Oh.
built before?
I mean, I am skilled enough with every utensil to
Of course.
easily move about with them. And so he'll start like worming his way up it and like hop on the 2 stilts.
We'll say that Black Star. So you were about 2 feet long. That's probably like a foot wide and a foot up. So with the stilts, we'll say you're now about 2 feet high.
Yeah.
This is just all of Black Star's dreams coming true.
Yeah. I keep
Amazing.
getting bigger.
As you continue to move forward, you come across an enormous bulletin board that takes up like all of one side of a building, and it is plastered from top to bottom with laws that are scrawled on just scrap pieces of paper, overlapping, nailing one above another. You see people occasionally come up and like pull one off and run off. And there's one goblin gentleman who's kind of standing there with like a stick to say, one law at a time, please. Just the one at a time. If you need the law to enforce, just take one. Come back for another later. Thank you. Orderly fashion. Thank you. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Did you require a law?
Do we require a law? I don't know. Zubu, do we require a law?
Maybe we could come up with something that could help us.
Yes, see, we have so many laws and they're constantly changing. So if you want to enforce a law in the Goblin City, you must be holding the law to enforce. All you have to do is hand that law to the person you'd like to enforce it on, and then they are legally bound to follow it.
Interesting.
Could be fun. I'll take a law, please.
Okay, Clove, go ahead and roll me 2d6 again to see what you find.
34.
34. It is illegal to break an egg.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
I will give it to Scorch. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh no.
So you have that now. If you find someone breaking an egg, you can hand them that law and they will be forced to stop doing so.
Great.
I would like a law. That sounds awesome.
All right, Blackstar, go ahead and roll 2d6 for me.
I would like one as well.
Okay. Anyone that would like
13.
to find a law, roll 2d6. 13, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughtful pauses are forbidden.
He looks at Zubu. Oh, God.
Only if enforced.
42.
42. It is illegal to have a shadow.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Very specific.
46.
46. All food must be in stew.
Food myth. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Wonderful.
Zubu, what'd you get?
Zubu's not rolling because Zubu has forgotten how to read.
Okay. All right. So you all have these laws, and the lawmaker will explain once again, that all you have to do if you want to enforce a law is show the piece of paper to the party who is in violation, and they will have to cease doing the thing, and or if there are any goblin guards nearby, they can be called in to help enforce as well. That is what happens here. All right. Who?
So we're all friends, so we don't have to enforce the laws on each other because
Correct.
that's how the law works. As long as you're friends, the law doesn't apply to you.
That makes sense.
Sounds right.
That's your. I mean, you could theoretically, but no, you do not have any obligation to enforce the laws upon your own party.
We only enforce the laws on people we don't like. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, moving on. Lady Linnell. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
That would be a 6.
6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So you move on from the laws, and as you're kind of walking through, you start to see a fairly raucous crowd that's kind of gathered around an area in the middle of the street, and a small wooden theater, like a puppet theater, seems to have been erected there. And as you start to approach, you see there's a group of goblins that immediately surround the 5 of you, and start kind of hustling you back behind the theater and start handing you puppets and just, where have you been? We're about to be started. We haven't had any time to rehearse, and you haven't been here, and you weren't here for a tech call, and what are you supposed to? We have to start right now.
Okay.
And before you can even protest, the curtains kind of draw back, and there's an ear-splitting cheer from the audience. As each of you is now holding a puppet inside this puppet theater. They can't see you, but they can see your puppets. I need everyone once again to roll me 2d6.
I have a question about how these puppets work.
Okay.
Is it like a hand puppet, or
Yes.
is it like marionette fancy?
So I just put my face in the puppet.
You have hands, don't you?
Yeah, they're like tiny little hands.
Well, so you have a tiny little puppet.
I'm like, ah!
All right.
42.
42. We'll start there, okay? Your puppet has a... Oh, sorry. You have... Okay, so actually roll... No, that's fine. Your puppet has a maid's outfit.
Has a maid's outfit.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
my.
All right. Who's next?
I got 55.
55. Your puppet is wearing royal robes.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Clove?
15.
15. Your puppet is in a ball gown.
Ooh.
Lady Lanilia?
36.
36. Your puppet has a long wig and a trumpet. And Zubu?
54.
54. Your puppet is also wearing royal robes.
Oh.
Okay.
We're super royalty.
So the one of the goblins that hustled you back here comes forward and says, "Thank you all so much for joining us for this production of The Haberdasher's Revenge."
Okay. This is exciting. I don't know this story. This will be fun.
We are so excited to bring you this production. And we are, here we go. Ready, set, go. And he will kind of run off. And the goblins that are still backstage, go on. The Haberdasher's Revenge, you know it.
Yes.
At this point, any dialogue that you say, we will assume is coming from your puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sand. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough. What about you, princess? Do you like sand?
Oh,
Lie.
I'm the only one wearing royal clothing. I must be the princess. No, I do not like sand.
Excellent. Oh, look, it's our other companions who are also here with us. What do you think about sand?
Sand's okay if you can set it on fire.
At this point,
Sometimes you can.
At this point, you hear a shout from the audience.
Oh dear.
34. There are like 8 different tables for this scene. This
Oh,
is
snap.
all.
Oh, good.
Amazing.
God, we're gonna get like chewed up in the reviews.
You see, you hear a shout from the audience. Aren't they actually related?
Who? This is Princess and I talking about sand? Related? Oh no.
Well, you see, once upon a time,
Was
See,
it far away as well?
in a galaxy far, far away, in fact. Here's the thing. They were brought up by different people. So
That
they don't
makes
know that they're
sense.
related. Also, I'm an international super spy. Super spy!
Should you not be telling people that?
That was an aside to the audience. Only the audience heard it, right? You guys heard it. They didn't hear that.
Okay.
I will never tell you where the plants or where the location of the rebel castle is.
Yes you will. I have sand. Lady Linnell, this is your line. This is your
Pop
part.
up.
You have the monologue. Go.
Oh, do. Announcing the other companion. And I'll point towards Clove's character.
I will sweep in my puppet with the ball gown. I am here looking for my hat, for it has been stolen by rebels.
Curse
Oh,
you
by the rebels.
rebels.
Oh no.
Tell me where the rebel base is.
At this point,
For
you
the
hear another
hats.
shout from the audience. Isn't this supposed to rhyme?
No. Oh no, what shall we do? If we keep going, this show will be poo.
The audience cheers.
I have 2 jobs, singing and dancing to the other one. One's to set things on fire, the other is singing and dancing, and also hopping and prancing.
I will say, at this point, because you have successfully integrated 2 audience requests, which is the success condition for this scene. Anyone that wants to go ahead and roll, we'll say a DC. This is pretty easy. We'll say a DC 2 check to see how well you complete the improv of the rest of the show. If you are good at singing and dancing, you do have help.
Sweet. As somebody's doing that, I'm going, do. Here's Act 2.
Yay!
As someone who is a coward, I'm going to give myself disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, okay. A 3. Great.
3, 5.
5.
Oh, are we all rolling?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
6 for
okay.
me.
3.
Be a 1.
So for the most part, you are able to make your way through the Haberdasher's Revenge / Star Wars without too much difficulty.
Star Wars with hats.
Yeah. Zubu, you do have a little bit of a hard time following the plot at times. But for the most part, the audience loves it. They're cheering. They're gasping at the appropriate points. They're booing when the villain comes out. It's all very dramatic and wonderful. And at the end of it, they all applaud gratefully all of you gain the trait. All of you except for Zubu gain the trait Thespian.
Oh God.
And word of your performance will travel throughout the land.
Does anyone... I guess I'm okay with the smelling part since I smell like a goblin. Or I'm wondering if the attractiveness thing is going to be an issue.
That is only relevant if you're in a fight. Basically, what happens if you
Okay.
end up fighting goblins, they're gonna go for you first.
All right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I smell pretty.
Yes. Otherwise, you all still smell like old regular.
So with the
Like
with
the
the
concept
thespian,
of David Bowie.
Yeah.
so with the thespian trait, I assume that just means that we would be good at acting in the future.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay. I don't remember who rolled our last explore check, but whoever it was, the next
think I
person.
did?
Okay. So Scorch, go ahead and roll me a d6 then.
Okay. 6.
6. Okay. Moving right along. Okay. Okay. This is hilarious. So as you move forward, you make your way out of the puppet show to raucous applause, and you continue your way through the Goblin City towards the castle looming at the far edge of the city. And you, after a few minutes, once again find yourself surrounded by a crowd of goblins. They're all somewhat solemn, and wearing what would probably pass for formal wear for a goblin. Several of them seem to be carrying a wooden casket that they set down in the middle of the crowd, and then they pull out some shovels and they start to kind of dig a grave in the middle of the street. And you see 6 of the goblins come forward, and they each kind of place various items belonging to the deceased on a coffin. And I mean, it's, there's like a bird nest, there's a like half-eaten sandwich, things like that. And then after a moment, this crowd that surrounded you pushes you forward and says, "All right, it's time for the eulogy." And everyone looks at you expectantly.
Oh God, we've practiced this.
I know we have.
We could do this. We could do it.
Well, it's like what we did for Lady Bun. When Lady Bun left us.
Zubu has forgotten what we did for Lady Bun.
The eulogy?
Everybody gathered here on this sad occasion.
So the way that this is going to work, each of you has to make one statement about the deceased, after which point you will roll to see if the crowd buys it. And then we'll see what happens.
We're sorry that they're gone because they were the best of goblins and the worst of goblins. Thank you.
All right, go ahead and roll difficulty 3.
Okay. Do I get advantage for thespian / also maybe singing and dancing?
Yes, you would get advantage for that. Anyone who has thespian would get advantage on this.
5.
5. The goblins all kind of murmur to themselves, yes. Sometimes they were great, and then sometimes they were just the absolute worst. That checks out, yes.
They ate food, and sometimes they slept. They made friends, and then they died.
Go ahead and roll difficulty 2.
I got 5.
Okay, everyone kind of nods. Yes, yes,
They were always dressed so shinily and so spikily.
Okay, difficulty 4.
2 3s.
3s. Okay. Somebody yells out, I I thought they were more into that kind of soft, furry look. Do you respond?
But they did have the choicest of shinies and very generous with their treasures.
Okay. Also a 4.
That's a 6.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And everyone kind of, you see them start to get back on board. And Lady Linelia.
And they served the Goblin King well.
Okay. Let's do 3.
Rolled a 6.
Yeah. Everyone kind of nods. Yes, they did. They absolutely did. With that, the coffin is lowered into the grave. You get some pats on the back. Everyone kind of thanks you for being here. Somebody says, who is this? Who? Right, yes, no, I knew him very well. And you get the sense that a lot of people in the crowd also have no idea who this person is. But they they kind of like nod at you and you kind of can continue moving forward. Clove, go ahead and roll me a d6.
1.
Okay. Now that we've hopefully gotten all of the improv scenes out of the way.
I thought we did very well. We're very good performers.
I don't know. The stage is so scary, though.
I know, but you did so well, Clove.
I think it's because my face wasn't on. It was just my hand.
Right.
It wasn't my face that I did better than.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier when it's just your voice because then you
Yeah.
can let go because you're not being judged by your physical appearance.
As you continue to walk forward, you come to a street that is impassable due to a lake of bubbling sewage. There is a burst pipe that is pumping muck into the streets, and no one seems to know how to shut it off. There are a number of important-looking goblins that are kind of staring at the mess, shaking their heads. Someone is going to have to go into the sewers and shut it off, and it doesn't look like any of them really want to do it.
Is it really smelly?
It
Ooh,
is,
the
it
correct
is
size.
quite smelly.
I take off 2 of my fingers and shove them up my nostrils. So I just have 2 fingers hanging out of my nose.
Mm-hmm.
You're picking your nose.
It's smelly. It's really smelly. So it's just like, hold on. The hands are free. It's just the 2 fingers.
Okay. So you can see there is an entrance to the sewers on your side of the street. You can also see the exit of this area kind of on the other side of the puddle. You can try to wade through the stench if you would like, or it seems pretty clear that the solution to whatever is causing this pipe to malfunction is probably in the sewer.
Do we have to? Like, we're trying to get to the castle, to the buffet, and to save Darnell Bovine? Right?
That's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, can we just walk around, or do we need to, like, help with, can we cross? I forget. Can we cross? Are we just...
You can cross. It is going to make you very stinky, which may hinder your efforts in later scenes, depending on how things go.
Is it too far across for, like, Zubu to throw us over?
Oh, Zubu, throw yourself and us.
I would say it would depend on Zubu. It's possible.
But then how would Zubu get over?
Right, and it's not
He's throwing
100%
himself.
that you would get over. You might land in the stench.
Right.
It's tough.
So it's either one of us or all of us get stinky.
Unless we help turn it off, but then there would still only be one of us who got sticky.
The path down to the sewer, it's one of those like great ladder things. So you don't have to necessarily go in the stinky to get into the sewer.
They don't live stinky.
Well, I mean, Zubu is the wisest of us.
It's true. Only they can guide us.
Zubu just got these new pantaloons that he doesn't want to get dirty, so he will he'll disrobe, and Zubu volunteers to go turn off the pump.
We'll remember you fondly.
Mm-hmm. I will protect Zubu. I will protect these pantaloons
Okay.
with all of my life, so that when you come back, I will probably give them back.
Acceptable. And then Zubu goes to turn off the sewage pump,
Okay.
or however this is being.
Yeah. So as
Leaked.
you kind of, there's like a grate with a like a ladder, large enough for you to fit down without too much difficulty. So you head down into the sewer, and there's like a walkway, kind of along the pipe, so you're not in the bits, and you walk for about 5 minutes because you can tell that the water or the liquid is flowing from one direction, so the blockage is probably from the other side. So you walk that way for about 5 minutes, and you find a colossal toad that is just kind of hanging in the sewers. You can see that there's some damage. He's kind of been there for a while. He doesn't quite fit, and he's also blocking the majority of the pipe. He smells very bad. It is very clear that he probably came from the Bog of Eternal Stench. And he looks up and he says, "Hello."
Hello. Are you okay? Can I help?
What do you mean?
Oh, it just looks like you're not from around here. Are you lost?
I'm not from around here, but here is nicer than home, I suppose.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe we could help each other out. Maybe we could find you a new home, because right now, I hate to say it, but there seems to be a sewage backup, and there are some problems being caused for the goblins that live up above. They've lived here for a long time.
I see. What would you like me to do about it?
If you wouldn't mind leaving this sewage pipe, maybe we could help you. My friends and we could help you find a new home.
A nice home.
Yes, an even better home.
Will it have stench?
I'm sure we could arrange stench.
I've had enough stench.
Then we could arrange there not to be stench. In fact, we had just passed a old regular. And that it was a very, very lovely spelling place.
I've heard of this old regular.
Maybe you could make that your
give
home.
me directions?
Oh, yes. My friends could give you directions. Zuba has forgotten how we got there.
Go ahead and give me a difficulty. We'll say 2 because you actually did come up with a really good alternative. Help if you are good at communicating, persuading, any of that kind of stuff.
Nope, this better be a decent roll.
So just don't roll a 1.
People
Sure.
believe in you.
It was a 1.
You had one job, Zubu!
Yep.
Oh, Zubu.
The toad kind of considers for a second and says, that seems far. I don't know if I have any way to get there? How would I get there?
Let me consult with my friends, and maybe we can find a solution for you. And then Zubu goes back above ground.
Okay.
So,
Zubu.
hey, Blackstar. There's a toad that's blocking the sewage pipe. And the toad, it came from the Bog of Eternal Stench. But they're making this pipe their home now, and I suggested that since they didn't like the smell of the bog, maybe they could go to Old Regular. And they were just wondering if there was a way to get there.
Can't you throw him?
That's a really long way to throw them.
That's fair. Huh. Well,
Well, we've seen some wagons and stuff around the city, right? Maybe there's someone with a wagon that could take him there. So we wouldn't
Like
have
where
to
your
walk
head's
so
at.
far.
is there a law that we can hand to the toad? Because if we hand them the law and then we get the goblin enforcement, we could make the goblins take it.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
My law does not apply.
It doesn't
I
matter.
forgot what my law was. Oh, thoughtful pauses. Does this person do thoughtful pauses?
I mean, eventually, I would assume so.
All right, there we go.
You did note when you brought up the Old Regular, there was some pausing for thought that happened. Yeah.
All right, we got it. Litigation can, I guess, proceed. I guess we'll make a citizen's arrest, follow the law, and I guess we'll be there for the prosecution.
You
Yeah.
do remember that if you enforce a law on someone, all that it means really is that they don't have to they have to stop doing whatever they're doing.
Darn it.
Which could, I mean, in this context, it could encourage the toad to leave.
There we go. Let's
But
do it.
you don't have to go through a whole prosecution process.
Aw. I was looking forward to it. Okay. Here, all right. Are we all going in, or are we just sending Zubu again?
I mean, I think maybe with some enforcement, we could all like back Zubu up. Cause we're, I mean, tough, scary.
Yeah. All right. Everyone on Zubu's back. Go.
I climb. I'm sort of like wrapped around Zubu's midsection, actually.
And I'll be
Because
like,
I am long and limby.
I'll be like one of the Twi'lek like tentacles just coming off of Zubu's head as my mouth is just on suction cupping the back of his head, so I stay on.
I sort of look like a spiked belt at this point.
All right,
I'm
so
in
you
the
make your
process
way
of
back
boosting.
down into the sewer. The toad is still there. Yes.
We hate to do this, but we would encourage you to leave. Otherwise, we might have to serve you papers.
What
I'll
do
hand
you
Zubu the
mean?
law.
I can't read this, Blackstar.
You don't have to. They just can't do thoughtful pauses. Have you ever seen that judge show where the prosecutor like points and yells? Just do that.
Objection. Is that the one?
Yeah.
The toad will kind of look over the paper and go, this is a bit unfortunate. Well, I don't want to stay in a place where I can't pause thoughtfully from time to time. So I suppose I'll be moving on.
We could still give you directions to the to Old Regular.
Yes, I would like that,
Give him-
please.
Who remembers how to get to Old Regular? Because honestly, I don't.
It's away from the castle.
You're able to give the toad basic directions back towards Old Regular. And the toad does kind of hop off and make its way through the sewers out of the way. As soon as it moves, the water starts flowing again. and you hear from above, like up on the street, you hear kind of like, all right then, great, excellent, solve the problem, all right.
The toilet's fixed.
Yeah. And as you make your way back out of the sewer, you do see that the muck in the street has mostly cleared, and there's a goblin with like one of those big sweeper brooms that's kind of like pushing the last of it back into the sewer. Great. So you are able to successfully remove the small lake of sewage that had appeared and continue forward.
Sir Zubu, yay!
Yay, Zubu!
Oh, I think we did it all together.
You're a law enforcer.
Who is the? Who rolled? That was Clove rolled the last.
I
one,
rolled
think?
last, yeah.
Okay, so Lady Linelia, go ahead and roll me a d6.
That's a 5.
5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So as you continue to make your way through the city, 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hello. How are you
Well,
guys doing?
I'm okay. How are you? How are you feeling?
Splendid. I feel like we are close to having David Bowie back in our lives.
David who?
Oh my God. The David, the Bowie, the David, the singer of amazing songs, the wearer of tight pants.
Oh.
Oh, right. Zubu needs his wonderful pantaloons back.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Oh, where did I put? Like,
It's just they just look so good on him, you know.
They do. All right, here are your
A
pants.
blushing bride.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. They look better on you than they would look on me anyway, and they are like prisons, and therefore I have no use for them.
And they look very flammable. I don't know that they would last very long with you, Scorch.
Probably true.
Yeah, that's
Valid
accurate.
argument.
Yep, that checks out.
Yep.
A lot. That checks out a lot. What are we gonna do after we're done with all this? Will we still be friends? Will you come visit me in my kingdom all alone? Will you save me on the top of my tower from the giant worm dragon?
Well, Blackstar, will you be able to even fit back in your kingdom now that you're gigantic?
Yeah, I'll make them make me a room.
I was gonna say that just
In the
means you need a
house.
bigger kingdom.
Yeah. I can now rule all of the earth wormy-like creatures.
Okay. As you continue chatting, you move forward and you start to smell something awful. It's not stench, but it smells like a farm that hasn't been cleaned in a while. And that smell kind of hits you long before you see what appears to be a giant stable.
Fingers up the nose again.
There are hundreds of pens that are filled with mounts for the Goblin Knights. They're all kind of groaning and roaring and making all kinds of noise. And behind it, again, off like a little bit further, you see the Goblin King's castle.
We're almost there. Look.
As you move forward, the mounts are just kind of in chaos, and you see a knight who's riding a mount kind of walking through rows of other goblin knights that take up pretty much the whole courtyard, and he's kind of like doing an inspection and just berating the knights. It's just like, your hair is too brushed. Go muss up your hair at once. You can't have brushed hair as a goblin knight. Absolutely not. And your mount's toenails are not painted. That's unacceptable. Blah blah blah. So he's, goblins are rushing to and from to address whatever the issues that he's finding are, and he turns to you all and just says, excuse me, this area is for knights only, and he kind of nods at Lady Nelia, who is on a mount, and says, yes, I see you are with your steed, absolutely, continue on, but the rest of you, knights with steeds only beyond this point. I can't have you interrupting the integrity of this inspection.
This is my steed. Oh, wait, no! And I'll get under Zubu. Zubu, I'm your steed.
Oh, I have been recently knighted, and this is my steed.
Nay.
You mean I?
Lady Linelia, you didn't say that knights had to have steeds.
They do sometimes if they find them.
Oh. I mean, I know I'm the knight, but what makes a steed a steed? Like, what's the difference between a steed and a knight?
A steed is something you ride.
Yeah.
A knight's a top.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have an extra steed? Maybe 2 extra steeds?
Well, we have a number of mounts, but I believe they're all spoken for at the moment. And you do see, I mean, there are hundreds of goblin mounts which look like that.
Yeah. Oh, they're so
I
weird.
mean, I'm kind of, I suppose, like, can a knight be a steed?
Who are you asking?
Because, like,
How many
I can do this, and like I sort of all of my like limbs sort of swivel to become like a 4-legged creature rather than a 2-legged creature, so I can
Okay.
gallop along. Because everything's sort of the same length.
Scorch, could you be my steed? Because I don't have a steed.
I mean, you're royalty, right? That's the same thing as being a knight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so Lady Linelia is on Mr. Scrabble's, Zubu is riding Black Star, and Clove is riding Scorch. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the inspector looks back and goes, yes, I see you found your steeds, all right. Well, carry on, I suppose. Well, first you must be inspected. So join the lineup.
I'm a steed.
I'll
I'm a
gallop
knightly
over.
steed.
And you do join the lineup. He does, finish his
Sort of prance.
inspection. He, he'll like take out a rag and kind of like dust the back of Scorch's back. And he'll like, shine a little bit of
There are
like-
spikes everywhere but where Clove is sitting.
Yeah. So he'll like make some little minor adjustments. But you
Quite
do ultimately pass inspection. It does take an hour. But you do pass inspection, and you are able to continue forward through the stables. So I'm going to mark off your hour. 1 second.
We integrate very well into Goblin society.
We do.
It's the
Maybe
pantaloons.
we are goblins.
You know, people say
Goblins
such
are-
terrible things about goblins, but they're not that bad, really.
We just
Okay.
need to get to know them.
Yeah.
Zubu, go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
It's our masterful disguises. Yeah.
The 2.
2. Okay. So you make your way through the stables, and as you kind of continue moving, the edge of the Goblin City kind of fades away, and you do come to the gates of the Goblin King's castle. Because we only have about 20 minutes, we are going to pause there for today because I don't want to rush through it.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do, we will be back next Sunday to finish this up. It will probably be a half session. So we'll probably be done around 11:30 just to get through. Clove. What do you do as you approach the Goblin City, the Goblin Castle, Goblin King's castle?
Well, I get off of Scorch. Thank you for your service as a steed. But I like to walk. I feel more stable, on the ground. But I think I look up at the castle, and it's just really scary. And I kind of cinch my little mask up because I'm wearing my little mask. I love that idea. And I try to sneak off to the side of the road and like without anyone else noticing, just like hide in the bushes on the side.
Okay.
Let everyone else go on without me.
Go ahead and roll me a sneaking check. We'll do difficulty We'll say 4 because you literally just got off Scorch, and that was
Yeah.
probably noticeable.
2 4s.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So Scorch, you do notice Clove kind of step off your back, but in all of you kind of looking up at the castle in awe, you don't really notice as Clove kind of disappears off to the side. But you do get the sense that she wishes you all the best as you make your way into the castle.
Another eulogy.
Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and pause there. So we'll be back next Sunday, sadly without Abby. But we will probably only go till about 11:30. It'll be a shorter session, and we will finish this up then.
And hopefully you'll get Julian back.
Yes, we hopefully will have
Yeah.
Julian back. Hopefully he'll be feeling better next week. So we will pick back up with the castle. But first we're going to do some outros. So we'll just go around and have everybody say who they are, where we can find them on the internet, all those kinds of things. We will go backwards this time. So we're going to start with Ed.
Hi, I'm Ed. You can find me on the internet at Dreaming of Light, and I do a lot of RPG content. You can find me mostly on twitch.tv/madbirdstreams. I play in D&D 5th edition campaigns there on Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome. Anna.
Sorry, my Zoom wouldn't unmute. Yeah, so I'm Anna. In some spaces, some people know me as Archibald Dust Bunny. I am a trans and queer advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. You can find me on Twitter at Anna Wotan. Every other Sunday, I'm playing Cyberpunk Red over at the Guild of the Phoenix, so check that out. And then on Wednesday, starting in July, I will be playing an Animorphs-themed Blades in the Dark campaign. It's going to be dark. It's going to be lots of 90s nostalgia, so check that out as well.
Awesome. And Abby.
Hey, I'm Abby. You may also be able to hear my cat Claudine here. You can find me on Twitter at Aragorn's Girl. My other current stream that's happening right now is over on Marefeather's channel, running towards the end of our Invisible Sun campaign. But otherwise, you can follow me and find out when I do more little one-shots like this.
Awesome. And LD.
Hi, I'm Lady Dame. You can find me everywhere on the internet that's important at the Lady Dame. I'm a late night variety Twitch streamer. I stream and the host of the infamous Smutty Saturdays. I stream 9 p.m. Pacific, Saturdays, Sundays, and Tuesdays currently. It's Tingle Month on my channel all month long. So Saturdays we're reading Chuck Tingle erotica. Tonight I'm actually starting a little bit later because I'm going to go see In the Heights. So probably around 10 or 10:30. I am reading currently Chuck Tingle's horror novella Straight. So if you need a bedtime story, come join me and check me out on that channel. Yeah, it's real. Honestly, it's if you're familiar with Chuck Tingle's work, this both feels the same and is very different. It's very good. Highly recommend. On Tuesdays, I'm playing I'm playing simulators, games for fun for Chuck Tingle Month, although I also have a demo for Kraken Academy, which I'll be playing on Tuesday. And I've got, let's see, I think this is the only game that I have. I'm trying to think. I'm running at the end of the month on my channel, I'll be running a charity one-shot if the Tingleverse TTRPG, raising money for the Trevor Project. I'm in a podcast with Off the Table called Of Black Glass that comes out every other Sunday approximately. The schedule's been a little wonky. We have up to 8 episodes currently out right now. And where you listen to podcasts, if you like super gay shit and also fighting the patriarchy, it's a good time. And I've got a bunch of stuff coming up down the pipeline that hasn't been announced yet, but stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter to find out all of that stuff. But we have a lot coming down, so it's exciting. That's me.
And Mitch.
Hi, I'm Mitchell, or Mitch, Penny, for just some people. Penny for a Tale is where you can find me on all the social medias. My Kickstarter, Necrobatic, just ended. Otherwise, you can find me Friday afternoon playing Coriolis on Valdrin's channel.
and probably other places too. I just can't think of it right now. But just follow me on Penny for a Tale, and you'll find out. And yeah, I can't wait to see more of Tight Pants David Bowie.
Yeah.
And my name is Caitlin, aka A Theaterphile. This is my channel. This is where I hang out when I'm not doing TTRPG stuff. Most of what this channel is vintage video gaming, specifically console gaming at this point. So I stream on Wednesday nights and Sunday afternoons. Wednesday nights currently is Kingdom Hearts 2. Sunday afternoons is Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. I will be streaming that today at 3 p.m. Pacific, so in about 2 hours. All of the streams on my channel are quote-unquote vintage games, meaning any game that is at least 10 years old or older. I am not responsible for making you feel old if I have to, so do you. I am also in a Invisible Sun campaign, which Abby mentioned, called Secrets Beyond the Suns, over on our friend Mare's channel. That is ending pretty soon, so we're wrapping up the story there, but we're telling some really cool stories, and it's great, so definitely check that out if TTRPGs are your jam. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I've got going on right now. Friendly reminder for anyone who is a regular for my channel, I will not be streaming next week on Wednesday. Well, I will not be, or on Sunday or Wednesday in the afternoon. I will still be streaming on Sunday in the morning. We will finish up Labyrinth next Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then I'm getting in a car and driving forever. So, that is where we're at with that. Friendly reminder, we are still raising money for the Trevor Project. We will be raising money next week as well if you didn't get a chance to donate today. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated so far. Our goal for the entire stream series was $200, and we've blown way past that. So thank you so much. The Trevor Project is an absolutely incredible organization that provides mental health resources, crisis intervention, and suicide prevention resources to LGBTQIA+ youth. It's an organization that I've been working with, supporting for a long time, and I'm really glad to continue to support it now, especially during Pride Month. So thank you so much to everyone who supported. Thank you so much to all of my players. This was super fun. Once again, I can't wait to finish it up next week, now that I have time to actually prep the castle a little bit, which will be great. Yeah, so that is it for us. I think we're gonna go ahead and do a cute animal raid because oh wait, no, they are still streaming. Okay. Let's say the person that I was going to stream is not live, but they are. They're just not showing up for some reason. So we're actually gonna go raid Surgeon Composition, who's doing some Ghost of a Tale right now. So go ahead and show them some love. And we will see you all back here next Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific for the finale of the Jim Henson's Labyrinth game. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Yeah.